Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 47. The battle is the Lord's, but the fight is yours. So you may have heard the term, the battle is the Lord's, and ultimately that is true, and theologically that is true. But there's a part in this passage that says it's also our fight. So whose sword is it? Whose effort does he typically use to do his work? Ours. It's not let go and let God. It's more like, hey, let's get going with God. So we're going to learn what's required to be a soldier, an actual soldier in 1250 BC. And a lot of this today is really actually about what is the preparation, what's the mental and spiritual preparation as you draw near to the battle. You know, it has primarily to do with circumstances of life and especially your heart. So let's listen in. This is from Deuteronomy chapter 20. When you go out to war against your enemies and see horses and chariots and an army larger than your own, you shall not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God is with you. Let me say that again. The Lord your God is with you, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. And when you draw near to the battle, the priest shall come forward and speak to the people and say to them, Hear, O Israel, today you are drawing near for battle against your enemies. Let not your heart be faint. Do not fear or panic or be in dread of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. Let me say that verse 4 again. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. Then the officer shall speak to the people, saying, Is there any man who has built a new house and is not dedicated? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in battle, and another man dedicate it. Is there any man who has planted a vineyard and not enjoyed its fruit? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in battle, and another man enjoy its fruit. And is there any man who has betrothed a wife and has not taken her? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further to the people and say, Is there any man who is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go back to his house, lest he make the heart of his fellows melt like his own. And when the officers had finished speaking to the people, then commanders shall be appointed at the head of your people. So your fear, this is amazing, your fear can melt the heart of your fellow soldiers. Your fear or your footing affects others. So be careful with your fear. Let's set your heart against doing badly there. So my guess is if your foundation is poor, it's because of earlier in the passage where he says, Let not your heart faint. Do not fear or panic or be in dread of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. So if your heart is faint from failure, to know that it is the Lord's fight. So if your heart is faint, it's probably because of your failure to know that it's the Lord's fight, or at least half the fight. He goes with you to fight for you against your enemies. So this is going to require some cooperative effort of you and the Lord. That is, you are not excused from fighting. Christianity is not for sissies. There are battles. There is fighting. The Lord fights by fighting with you. So the battle is the Lord's, but the fight is yours, or at least half of it. He fights with you and for you. All right, so there's a season for single-minded fighting, but if you're not single-minded, then it's not a good season. What if it's not yet a season of harvest? What if it's a time of engagement and romance? What if it's a season of building a house? So what if you are enjoying the blessings of God in housing and marriage and crops? All right, so the conclusions here today. The battle is the Lord's, but the fight is yours. So what happens if we get this wrong right out of the chute? If we get it wrong, your fear could actually melt the heart of your fellow soldiers nearby you. So your fear and your footing affects others. So be careful with your fear. Set your heart against it for sure. It's a terrible thing to say that your fear can rage so hot that it melts the heart of the guy next to you. So the clear teaching is get your heart right and get it fit for battle. So get ready for a fight. There is stuff coming: temptation, evil, sickness, even grief. Be ready to have the Lord go with you in battle. This podcast, and this is a recurrent theme of the Bible, my favorite one, which is be with me. What's the big battle that you're facing? Is it a relationship? Is it a health issue? Is it work? Is it money? Or is it temptation? And then, is the Lord invited into that? Have you asked him to the battle? So be ready for the Lord to fight for you and with you in the battle. So if you haven't invited him, then get busy. So yes, get ready to have the Lord fight. Yes, he fights for you. Yes, he fights with you. And get ready to fight yourself. So it's not let go and let God. It's more like let's get going with God. So I started today with the battle is the Lord's, but the fight is yours. So the battle is the Lord's, and the fight is yours, and the fight is his. He fights for you. He fights with you. The battle is his, and yes, the battle is yours. So the battle is the Lord's, but the fight is yours, or at least it's half yours, because he fights with you. So the battle is the Lord's, and the fight is yours, and the fight is his. Thanks for listening. Go do battle today.